Welcome, everyone. So nice to have you here in Fasting Space today. Great to be with you. Grab a coffee or tea, and I give you a cheers to good health and our journey toward it. Gonna float toward it today a little bit through some fasting space. Marie is here. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. I hope it's been a great week for you, and I hope that you are looking forward to a great weekend. If you're coming through on the replay, we're doing this live on Friday, March 20th. And happy birthday to my mom. If you happen to be watching, shout out to you. Happy day. Diving in today, check out this title. We're all making it up as we go, and that is okay. Do you ever feel like there is a lot of pressure in a health space? Have you ever gone to a clinic to talk with a medical provider and felt pressure? Do you have a health goal that you want? That is like, man, I'm striving after it, and it's like, but we're putting the pressure on ourselves. We can get pressure from so many places, from society, culture, friends, family, and ourselves especially. And today, I want to use this perspective that, like, even the person that you say, man, this person has really got it together, okay? Everybody, do you think this is true? Is just making it up as they go. Even people who really dialed in one area is like, it's easy to look to somebody very wealthy and affluent, but I'll tell you, there's a lot of billionaires who are unhappy, who have strained relationships with their family. And it's like everybody wakes up in the morning and everybody has to navigate a difficulty, okay? So if we can see some of that perspective, this is what I want to say. We're going to take some pressure off, bring some lightness to a health path. Because, I just know myself personally. I'm making everything up as I go. Are you? I don't know. If someone has the secret to doing anything other than just, get up in the morning and do the best that you can, I think that, do you feel this way? So much of social media has fueled this idea that, you can scroll a perfectly curated thing and you can think, man, this person has really just got everything together. Now, we want to say, okay, there's levels of things. Like, we want to get our stuff together, right? We do. This is what we're doing. We're taking a space here and say, we're just going to give it our best shot. So it's not like no one can ever accomplish anything. It's like, why even try? It's like not anything like that. But it's the pressure to do it, okay? What I have found, see if this resonates with you, is actually when we take some of that pressure off, is when we can actually have the biggest sort of breakthroughs. And that's what I want. As I was reflecting on this little conversation last night, I was thinking of this perspective. I was like, well, isn't it true that, like, diamonds are made in the pressure, It's like, okay, like diamond, beautiful thing, like, okay. Yeah, that's true. But listen, I like the phrase intentional intensity, okay? So so many things that we do in these conversations, right, is trying to find lines and a balance between 2 points that can be like a paradox in our life, right? Fasting and eating. This is fasting space, okay? We need food, we need nutrition, so healthy and positive. And a fasting space can bring these things into balance. So here is another line that we are going to walk. Pressure, if it is intentional intensity, means voluntarily chosen, and we are moving toward it in a graceful and positive way, or even not so graceful. If we are feeling the energy and the flow and it's moving in a direction, okay. So that's like, but that is to me like the exception that proves the rule. Most of the time, what we want to do, especially in a health space, Because we're trying to find a way of being that feels good, and at least as a place to start, that is grounded, present, thoughtful. To me, that's where I have everybody start. I'm going to dial us in with some thinking on this today from this book, which I love so much. Bring in some creativity into the process. And listen to this chapter, or this little section from Rick Rubin. This section is called Making It Up. And I love it. If we think of this idea in health, remember this book is teaching us creative perspectives on being an artist in the world, okay? About creating something new. And we are taking this perspective, bringing it into our weight loss and wellness health space to say we are creating something new, and it is the new version of ourselves, the healthiest, most vibrantly flourishing version of ourselves that we can come up with in this present moment. Let that be our inspiring thought for the day, for the weekend, wherever you're heading toward. Let's make it and create it and shape it into something beautiful. Listen to what he says about making it up. While the emotional undercurrents of self-doubt can serve art, they can also interfere with the creative process. We've dug into that sometimes, where it's like some person who is really struggling, right, in a space, sometimes can take that and transform it into some sort of, beautiful art. And perhaps we can think of examples of that. But then we see the times where it makes it out, but we don't see all the times where like a dysfunctional process led someone in a bad way. And so really what we're trying to do in a health space, we're trying to get rid of our self-doubt. We're trying to get rid of everything that interferes with our creative process. He outlines these places where we can get stuck, beginning a work, completing a work, sharing a work, key moments, okay? This is where it's like the critical spots, okay? And isn't this the same in our process, right? To start on a health journey, right? To start a process of doing something new. Very hard to get something off the ground, right? Completing something, I mean, we start something, but seeing it through, right? And say, I committed to something, but is it hard to go through? And this is interesting, sharing a work, okay? That's kind of an interesting idea to bring into our space. Like if you're making a sculpture, easy to share, put it on display or something. It's kind of an interesting thought too, if we're thinking about, shaping ourselves into the healthiest, strongest version of ourselves. I really like that too. Can we share health? Can we radiate it out? Like, can we become so healthy, fill ourselves up with so much positive thought and momentum that it is just radiating out? That's what I want to do. That is what I am personally trying to do. I say let's all move toward it. How do we move forward, Rick Rubin asks, considering the stories we tell ourselves? We can think about so many times that we have talked into things about that. About so many of the stories and perceptions we have about ourselves, it can be based on things that happened, okay? He says one of the best ways to move beyond that is to lower the stakes, which I really like. I've used the quote before, the secret to happiness in life is low expectations. I love that. Just bring the pressure down a bit. So much of the conflict and struggle in life is when people do not meet other people's expectations. So if we just bring things down a lot, a notch or three, not such a letdown when we're disappointed. When things come in better than expected, we can be pleasantly surprised. I love that. So lowering the stakes. He says, we tend to think that what we're making is the most important thing in our lives and that it's going to define us for all of eternity. Okay, that sentence can speak to me. I can see how I could get dialed into a space like that for sure. Especially in a health space. We bring so much pressure to it because we can say exactly that, can't we? I mean, it's our very life. Like, we've got to get it right. Consider moving forward with a more accurate point of view. What we're doing now is a small work, a beginning, just the beginning. I love this book. It's so thoughtful, you know? It's like you don't have to have all of life figured out, right? This is the point of what he's saying. We're making this up as we go, and we got to start somewhere, and he's outlined the barrier that even starting can be so difficult. And all these things, so like just taking it down. It's just a small thing we're doing, right? That's bringing in the atomic habit into it. We're breaking things down into just the step that we can do today, and that's good enough, right? The mission is to complete this project. Like maybe this current goal we can see, like the current step, like just today to live one healthy human day. And then the next one is a stepping stone to the following. And so it continues. We create a productive rhythm for the entirety of our creative life. See, that is a nice way to look at it, right? And I like that idea, our creative life. This is like the health path that I really want. We are like, how do we create days that are fun and enjoyable and positive and just feel good, you know, that are not a struggle, that could create a productive rhythm, like he's saying. Like, doesn't that sound like a way of moving through the world that sounds so good? I absolutely will do this. And how about after I finish reading this, and we will dive right in and answer all the questions about that. All art, he says, is a work in progress. It is helpful to see the piece that we are working on as an experiment, one in which you cannot predict the outcome. I love that thought, right? Remember, we're trying to focus on the process and way of being, flowing in a direction. It's not just about a number on a scale or a point at some spot, and then that's it. Like, we're trying to just create a way of being that is flowing through to something in the future that we can't predict. I love that. It says, whatever the result, we will receive useful information that will benefit our next experiment, right? It's like, I like that idea. We're running an experiment here. Like, hey, how do I be in this world in a day where it just feels a little bit better, even 1% better, like Atomic Habits, right? Let's just dial in a little bit and try it out. And if we do you think it would help? Could it help us if we are moving toward it in this direction? Like that it's just a little experiment, a small task, a beginning, trying something new out. If you start from the position that there is no right or wrong, good or bad, remember our session, No Rules for Weight Loss, that this is creativity. It's just a free play with no rules. You know, even to read like something like that, do you ever feel that way? Like, you know what? Children play, okay? I've been around the block a while. It's not playing around. Like, can we recapture, can we rekindle some sort of childlike mind to our current situation and struggle and path, you know, where it was just enough just to explore the world and try some things out? There's not so much pressure. You know, you think of a little kid just playing with some blocks. They're not feeling pressure to perform or accomplish anything. They're just finding joy in the experience. That is the state that I say we should be after. I mean, if you can find even 1/10 of the joy of a child playing with just some blocks in a tower and watching them crash down again and building them back up, like that kind of lightness in our walk toward better health, see, that's the types of steps that we want to be taking, isn't it? Say, to find a space like that, it'd be easier to submerge yourself joyfully in the process of making things. Say, joyfully in the process of being healthy that we are trying to do. We're not playing to win, we're playing to play, right? And ultimately, playing is fun. That's what this is like, would be the best vision of health, right? And healthcare, right? Is that the whole thing is so encouraging and positive. It should be fun to the extent that it can, or at least soothing and healing, like to the extent that someone is suffering, that the suffering is just alleviated in the most caring and compassionate way. You know, when I think about the healthcare system these days, and you think like, you know, even to participate in it, you talk to most healthcare providers, so many people burned out because the whole system, see, this is so out of balance, right? Here's another example where things are mirroring, body is mirroring, you know, our whole conception of health has been so reductionist that it hasn't brought in, we cut the art out of things. We certainly don't bring art into medicine, you know what I mean? And are we really missing something deeply human when we do that? Perfectionism gets in the way of fun. A more skillful goal might be to find comfort in the process, to make out and put out successive works with ease. Finding a space of ease, that's what I say. So a fasting space, I never tell people, oh, is an easy thing. But I say the goal, what we're trying to do, make it as easy as possible, flow through it in a space that is joyful and positive. The only way I want people to do it. He says here, Oscar Wilde says that some things are too important to be taken seriously. Art is one of those things, he says. And this is my question. I was like, is health one of those things? Is anything one of those things? I don't know. I mean, in a health space, I would say it is very, very easy to say, well, health is not art. Like health, if anything should be taken seriously in the world, it should be health, right? I mean, I guess I feel that way. But maybe at least from a framing, we can at least say, is it always true? Can we bring some lightness to it? Maybe it's not the case that it should always be taken so seriously. And can we bring a joyfulness and a lightness to it? Setting the bar lower, especially when we're getting started, frees you up to play, explore, and test without attachment to the results. Right? Nothing to judge ourselves by. This is not just a path to more supportive thoughts. Active play and experimentation until we are happily surprised is how the best work reveals itself. And so that's what I would encourage us on a health path. If you're here in a space, whatever health path you're trying to walk, if it's dialing in on a specific dietary practice, some specific exercise practice, learning to do a fasting practice, any of the mental health processes that we discussed, the journaling, the meditation, the breathing, all of these things. Experiment with them, like he says, until you surprise yourself with something good that happens. Doesn't that sound good? Doesn't it sound good? Dr. Z Method. Thank you for asking about it. I link it in the description for these videos. Specifically is my program for helping people with type 2 diabetes. I have, I am medically licensed here in Wisconsin. I have a clinic. I consult with people over telemedicine and in person. Fasting-related approaches to medical problems, weight loss, type 2 diabetes, digestive disorders, all kinds of things like that. I help people with that. I wanted to create a product that is more broadly accessible. I can't consult with everybody everywhere across, all these things. And, fasting as an approach to type 2 diabetes can be very, very helpful. But the whole approach, like if you want to radically transform an experience with type 2 diabetes, it's bigger than that. And, everything is bigger than that. Like we say on the program here, everything matters. There's a big space in my mind. I am exploring, I'm trying to find the best ways of communicating thoughts of health to people. And so Dr. Z method is a way where I thought, well, is fasting intimidating to people? And can we lead in a way that isn't just hitting people with fasting, especially with type 2 diabetes, where people have been told that they should never do it? When the inverse is really true, we should probably build a whole health system around helping people to avoid that problem in the first place by practicing fasting, teaching people with it how to safely and effectively do it, to reverse it. And then there are many supportive practices around it. So Dr. Z method is both a course that I put, which is basically how to educate a person into all the things that would help someone to undo or unravel, I say, type 2 diabetes, and then put into a package that helps them communicate it to their doctor, because I can't manage everybody's medicines or anything with it. But I help people to communicate with their healthcare team the concepts that help to unravel type 2 diabetes. It's everything that we talk about here, right? It's a holistic approach. If you have type 2 diabetes, or if you know someone who does, and then everybody is in a space where we're trying to avoid insulin resistance so that we don't get it at some point. The data in the U.S. Is that by age 65, so over half of people are pre-diabetic, and then almost 30, it's like 27%, have diabetes. And most of that is type 2. So like the whole health landscape, in my view, that we're trying to do metabolically, help people avoid getting type 2 diabetes, help people who are pre-diabetic to avoid becoming type 2 diabetic, help people with type 2 diabetes to reverse that process and go in the other direction. Every part of health that we are talking about here in this space can help someone to do that. Someone who has blood sugar too high, I've sat with hundreds and hundreds of people, like, you can do this. And especially now that we have continuous glucose monitors. And, this type of perspective come right into this space and help us, because, if we don't have type 2 diabetes, right, the same physiology is still happening in the body. If someone comes and their blood sugar is very high, let's say it's 280, and normally you want your blood sugar, ideally under 100 if you haven't been eating. They've been very stressed, okay? And we start breathing, we do the box breathing, start getting that parasympathetic flow, turn off the stress signals, right? Get the adrenaline to stop. Just through a mental health process, you can help someone's blood sugar to come down. Totally amazing. It's totally amazing, right? So type 2 diabetes, to me, because of the insulin resistance, the blood sugar is more volatile. And actually, if there's any silver lining to it, it can help you to see physiology that is happening in the body. The body has so many redundant systems, and is so good at compensating that you can't always see the physiology so easily. In type 2 diabetes, the metabolic situation has been pushed to an extreme, where so many of the buffers and redundancies in the system have been maxed out. And that blood sugar level is showing us the very edge of the metabolic situation in the body, where the body is losing containment on its ability to control the blood sugar. And then physiologically, it shows us the power of these processes. Everybody with a continuous glucose monitor can watch. And under most circumstances, like your blood sugar is too high, you take a walk, you can also watch it come down. There are some situations, there's multiple variables, in the body, because we got sugar in different places. We got sugar in muscle, we got sugar in liver, sugar in the digestive system if it's being absorbed. And so, amazingly, different tissues in our body, different parts of the body can become differentially insulin resistant. I don't have to dive too deep into all this, but the liver can become differentially insulin resistant. Sometimes you get really active and the liver can start pouring out extra sugar if someone is very insulin resistant. Sometimes you see it going up, even if you haven't eaten. This is getting in, and we can tease it out and see so much amazing physiology that is happening in the body. So much. Anyway, Dr. Z method is all of these things. How do we get our mindset in a place to help lower insulin resistance? How do we move the body and open up food-free space and choose the healthiest foods? It's like a total holistic program to try to help someone with type 2 diabetes. I say unravel it, untie the knots, right? Pull the threads on it that help it to dissipate. I love that. So that's Dr. Z method. I live stream there, but unlike this, it's on like a Zoom. So it's like talk face to face, answer everybody's questions. People got blood sugar questions. I sit there and we sort it out, because it's like I liked that session we did on the channel here, Clues to the Weight Loss Puzzle. You can dial that in tighter, dealing with type 2 diabetes, Clues to the Diabetes Puzzle. To me, these chronic disease is like a puzzle, and I increasingly believe that most chronic disease has a path out of it in some fashion. If we learn to listen to it, if we totally open our mind and change our thinking about what a disease is, and if we see that it, in many cases, is a communication from the body, and it is a response in which the body is trying to bring things into balance in some fashion. I've seen a lot of really, really powerful change come to people through that. So I hope that is answering your question on it. We're all making it up as we go. I know I am making up my processes, like how do I help the most people to have metabolic health? I had for a long time, I'm just trying things. I'm doing what this book, is saying in this specific domain. I had the platform, the software that is running Dr. Z Method, I had on simplefasting.com, and I called it Simple Fasting Community. And, I'm trying to learn, and I'm certainly happy to have as much feedback as possible. Positive or negative is all wonderful. I wasn't having any traction in helping people with it. And, so this is like an experiment, it's, does shifting Dr. Z over to, simple fasting, that community, just trying it from a different avenue, it's helping people in it. And, I do really like it. It adds a certain bit of complexity where it's like, oh, there's simple fasting and there's a Dr. Z. Like, does that add complexity? Does that confuse things? Was it actually better? Should I leave it as a simple fasting and then say, oh, we've also got our diabetes program? Or do we have this different perspective? Dr. Z Method is more open. It's not, because not everybody going to want to dive right into fasting, and you don't have to. And even in the method, I often, I have a protocol for starting people, where is the path of least resistance? Is it something in the diet? Is it the mental health first, And so just to have a process that is just gentle and easing everybody into a situation. There's just pros and cons to that. So anyway, Dr. Z Method, my experiment here for the time being of helping people with type 2 diabetes. Anybody out there, if you know somebody with type 2 diabetes, hey, they would probably really benefit from this. I have tried to make it as accessible as possible. I'm currently pricing it only $16 to try it out for a month. You can actually watch the whole course. You see all the information, and I have it set up that way because I think, you know, the real value is being to connect live and just connect with other people who are walking through this and experiencing it. And I think I'm very proud and happy of it. So, you know, like this channel is like in the beginning. This is the book. This is where we are, you know. It's hard to do something new. It's hard to do something different, you know. It's easy to just do the same things that are always done. And this is like what we're doing in our health journey. We're saying we're trying to do somewhere new. See, all the psychology is the same. And, you know, we're all making it up as we go along. And then this is why I just feel happy about it. I feel happy about all of it. And, you know, this book actually helps me to feel that way. I think if I hadn't read this book, to be honest, I think I would have felt worse about it. But when you do all the things that this is saying, and you realize, like, you know, we're just trying to create something new. And we just are looking to the light, and we're trying to find love and light and joy in the process. These perspectives are things that are deeply meaningful to me, so I like to share them, and I like to talk about them. Like doing this right now. I just love it. I don't know what else I would do, you know? Like, this is what I want to be doing, to talk about people about it, to have this be here, you know what I mean? To have there be a fasting space. This is something that I want to be in the world, you know? Even if it is just, even if it were just my own thing, you know? I would say I would just want to sit here and talk about it, because to me it's what is really important. Like when I say, what are the most important things in medicine? I mean, there's so many important things, okay? We need huge cancer research, and we need research in every type of thing. And all of that stuff is super important. But I guess, you know, my bias, I'm an internal medicine physician. I'm a primary care doctor, you know, and I'm a weight loss consultant and diabetes consultant. So from my perspective, we want to get so far upstream of all this stuff. Like, to me, at least for my little space, this is what I can do. I say, let's just do this instead of just doling out the pills all the time. Okay, there's a space for that. It's got to happen. We need medicine. I'm not opposed to medicine. But I was like, we have got to do something to try to really help people get upstream. So I'm trying to do this. Explore it, make it fun, do these sorts of things. So I love it. Yeah, reduce inflammation. So good. So good. You can absolutely, anybody can, of course, join Dr. Z method. You can get into it. The concepts in it, you know, it's all written and geared for type 2 diabetes, but the same concepts in the program, they are anti-inflammatory. They absolutely will help. And so, of course, anybody join in. You want to help support what I am doing? Of course, you know, consider it a donation too. Go and watch the course. Give feedback. You can participate in the community and share thoughts. And I would, of course, welcome anybody to do that. Sometimes I've had the thought, you know, I'm experimenting different, you know, ways of putting these thoughts into the world. You know, one way is through the clinic, locally here in my community, help people in person and on telemedicine. Okay, and then one is through this channel to try to create educational resources, and then the other avenue is through the Dr. Z method, where I'm putting time into that. And all of these things right now they're just kind of percolating along, you know, like we're having good connection through this venue. I'm meeting with people in the clinic is great. And we got people coming through Dr. Z. all in like small amounts, which, to be honest, is just such a joy in its own right. When I was at the university at the peak of the experience, my patient panel, like the number of people I had was like 2,600 patients at the university. And it was such a huge number. There's different ways they calculate the number. They adjust the numbers. Someone who is 85 might count as like 10 people, and then someone who is 18 might count as a tenth of a person. It's like, so there are ways that they try to normalize it based on the workload. I would just say I never really appreciated those adjustments, because sometimes you have somebody who come in and who is 85 and they're actually healthy and is like the most pleasant person, and is like, okay, everything is just great. And then you have someone come in, who is 18, who is on multiple drug dependencies with an STD, and it is just like, really tough. And I was like, people and people are struggling at any point. And anyway, that's a whole nother discussion. But 2,600 number is it's not a human scale number. It's a number that maybe it has to happen in some economic reality, but it wasn't a venue that I was finding that I could really channel anything like health and healing through, really. It was very difficult. I did my best with it, but I was like, we've got to find ways of channeling thinking and experiences in health that are win-wins. Like win for me, that is not such a burnout factory. And somewhere with some space really to do some deep thinking and try to maybe help fewer people, but in a more profound way. That is definitely a big thing that I have. And then I have my mind open that we could help more people in a more profound way. And that's why I came to YouTube too, where it was like, the potential is that we could connect in a broader way. I was leading listening to an interview with somebody the other day who was criticizing, social media and YouTube and culture, and saying, you just need to focus on everything local. And I mean, I certainly see that and respect that. And the criticism that they were saying is like, if you go online and you are playing some sort of game of social media or YouTube, they're saying you're trading depth for breadth. And so I was thinking about that. And I was like, there is some truth to it. It's like, okay, you want a broad reach, say, but like it's hard to have like a really deep relationship, online compared to meeting with somebody in the clinic. And that's true, but maybe that's why I'm doing both things. And then, my vision for this space, you say we're making it up as we go. I would like to try to disconnect that experience. Can we have deep and helpful and positive relationships here in this format? I'm not trying to build a program here that is, I don't know, I'm not copying anything, I say, why do we have to just listen to what someone else says? Like, let's build something, great with it. I think the potential is there that it could really be positive. So that's why I'm sticking with it. I like it. And especially in the future, I don't know if we'll see how it goes. I do want every piece of feedback, to this experience. Do people find this to be helpful? Do you think we're heading in a direction that is maybe not so much like that, where we can have depth? I mean, I'm trying to bring deep thinking and the types of connections that would actually obviously help as many people as possible. I hope and think in the future we'll see what we can make up as we go. would love to be able to use the online platform like this experience to build actual physical community. I've said on other streams, we get groups of people, and I'd be open to traveling. Take the show on the road, connect with actual people who are coming around it, and we have like kind of community, through this experience as well. So we'll just see how it goes. We are making it all up as we go, and that is okay. That is the theme of the day. It's true for everything that I am doing, and it's going to be true in this day. Going to try to make up some positive stuff. Going to just work with some people in the clinic, help everybody out in the best way I can. I say take these thoughts into your day. Take some pressure off. Find some joy. As much joy, childlike, positive expression of health in this day that you can. Have a beautiful weekend. I will look forward to connecting with you again next week. Thanks for being here, everybody.